I'm a little troubled by the whole working thing. It's January, it's the beginning of January, but we're knee deep in pink and purple and we're talking about Easter. Actually, I was in where was I? I was at a Home Goods the other day and they already had all the stuff out for Valentine's Day, which, okay, February, maybe. But my sister was telling me that she was at a CVS and they had Easter stuff out, which is in April. So I was just like, okay, we need to slow it down just a tiny bit. But today I am going to talk about some of the new releases we are seeing for spring, and if there's anything of interest to me or to any of you. If you haven't seen one of these before, basically it's a will I buy it, and I talk about some of the people I follow over on Instagram, talk about the new releases that we're seeing for, in this case, spring, and try to tie in some of the trends that we might be seeing across the board, whether it's in beauty, fashion, or whatever. So let's go and take a look. I always check out a Meet Beauty Talk. I check her first to see what we have new. All right, let's take a look. The last we chatted about new releases, basically I talked about how everything that's being released has been released before, and it's just a retread of Y2K and mostly Y2K. And I stand by that. I think it's still true. I've looked at a lot of the new releases and nothing looks particularly new to me. It all looks very much of a retread with a few caveats and a couple of new trends in fashion that I have to bring up because I just think they're fascinating. Okay, first, Prada has their Infusion de Rhubarb perfume. I don't know if I'm picking this up. I am going to sample it at Sephora. I've had a ear/sinus infection for like a week now. And so there's no point in me trying it right now because not only do I have a terrible headache, like 24/7, but things don't smell right. Things don't smell right. They don't taste right. So as soon as I get my equilibrium back, I will try it out for you. But again, this is the Infusion line by Prada. It's been around for a long time. I love the vanilla. I love the almond. I love the iris. They're fantastic. And I would strongly encourage anyone to go pick up those three. The one that they did recently was like ginger, I think, and I did not like that one. I tried it, and I did buy it, but I was like, not me. The rhubarb will be interesting, so I'll try it and let you know. But again, it's just a continuation of an already existing line. Tom Ford, the upcoming Tom Ford 2025 collection. This looks like summer. Who knows if we'll get to the spring thing in a minute, but this is supposedly summer. And there's something called Bronze Isle, and they're bronze looking like lip balms and lip sparks or whatever. Not a surprise. Bronze is like the true fallback for summer. Like if you're going to see purples and pinks in spring, you're going to see bronzes in summer. So it looks fine. It looks okay. I feel like I have this a million times, so maybe. Givenchy spring. Pinks and purples, guys. That's what this is. Pinks and purples. It looks pretty. There's a 9-pan eyeshadow palette with some pinks and purples in it. There's a Prisme Libre highlighter, which is a limited edition nude peach. This is the new formula from them. Probably not going to buy that. There's a lip balm that's marbled. That's kind of interesting. There looks like there are highlighters. Are those highlighters? What are those? It's a skin caring corrector in pink and purple. Interesting. Okay. I mean, again, we'll see. Chantecaille, spring, pinks and purples. It's the Papillon butterfly collection. Papillon, French for butterfly. You know, here's the thing. These are the trios. They've done the trios before. There's a Nymph Eye and a Diana Eye. I like the one that looks deeper. It has a deeper like purple in it. I think that one will be more interesting, but who knows? There are lip sheers. I like these products. I like when Chantecaille does lip sheers. I like the pans, but I'm not a pastel person. I'm not a pink person. So we'll have to, again, the formulas might be fantastic. I'm not into pastels. Pastels to me, they scare me a little bit. Like I see a pastel, I run in the opposite direction. We've talked about the Tom Ford quads coming. This is Olive Smoke, and Peach Glamour. Supposedly these are spring. I'm gonna buy these. The formulas look really good on these, and I'm in love with the Olive Smoke just on sight, but for spring in the United States, this is not the color story that I would have necessarily thought of. This is the only one that kind of throws me off because everything else is like pink purple and pastel. And I'm confused by it, but I gotta tell you, I'm actually not mad at it because I'm kind of like, well, at least it'll be different. At least it'll be different. So I'll have that when it comes out. Valentino has their purple collection. Again, pinks and purples. They do look interesting. You know, I don't know. We'll see. There's a foundation, looks like a cushion foundation and a bunch of soft matte shades. I really like the Valentino formula for the matte. I thought it was extremely good, probably the best I've tried. So maybe I'll pick that up. We'll see what there is. Charlotte Tilbury has 2 limited edition Lunar New Year lipsticks. I will pick up the Kissing lipstick. I do like her limited edition ones that she does. I always think they're good. I honestly still think Charlotte Tilbury has some of the best lipsticks around. I really like them, and I like the shades. There's nothing new. There hasn't been anything new in a very long time, but when she does her lipsticks well, they're extremely good. Clé de Peau has limited edition collector's cases. They're designed in collaboration with French illustrator Alex and Marine for Valentine's Day. They look really pretty. They do. They look very pretty. I don't need them. I don't need collector cases. If you want collector's cases, though, get them because Clé de Peau does a good job. Sonia G has the Sheer Buffer Kayaki, and then they have the Mini Sheer Buffer. It's a smaller version of the stippling brush. It is a fantastic product. It is one of the best brushes around. Definitely pick it up. I'm picking mine up. Totally worth it. Guerlain's Terracotta Blush has some new shades. I like their terracotta blush, but I liked their older blush, and I mean, it's good. I like it, but it's not, I don't need to rush out and get it. NARS has Afterglow Tempting Eyeshadow Palette. Again, pinks and purples with some nudes in there. Don't need it. Don't need it. Sense a trend, guys. I don't need it. Armani Beauty has a limited edition of their Armani Privé Haute Couture Anjou from their Couture fragrance line. I actually like the Armani Couture fragrance line. There's some really good scents in there. I have a couple of favorites. Michelle actually just mentioned one, the Unsens. That one's a really good one. There's a lot. So check out the Armani line if you haven't before. Prada has limited edition brown cases for spring, which is it does give the Pantone color of the year, the Mocha Mousse color. I like it. I don't need more, you know, I need to figure out what shades I have and what shades I would be picking up. Just to get special casing at this point, it's not something I'm really focused on, but I know they're available in Europe already. Guerlain. Guerlain has a Sakura collection. Sakura is something that they've come back to many times. Sakura pink flowers. They have the Honey Amber and the Rouge G lipstick case in Cherry Petal. This actually looks very pretty to me. The eyeshadows actually look like eyeshadows that people can use, including myself, compared with some of the eyeshadow colors that they've come out with lately where I'm not sure who was using them. So I feel like in solidarity of them coming up with shades that I can actually use, I might buy that. Let me know your thoughts. The Louboutin glosses. I love Louboutin glosses. Actually, I think they're extremely good. I don't know what these are. They look like daggers. I think that qualifies as a weapon. Just saying. Diptyque has their limited edition candle for the new year. It's Almond. Yes, I'm going to buy one. I don't know what sizes they come in yet. I'll take a look. If they're small, I'm going to probably buy a couple. Almond is one of my favorite scents, literally of all time. Like, I love the scent of almond. Almond perfumes, almond candles. Love almond. The Dior Forever Nude Bronzers. One, the shades are like fair, light, and light medium. That's the first thing. And then second of all, I already have Dior bronzers and they've reformulated this thing like 9 times and I'm a little irritated. Sorry. Suku Spring. I have to say Suku Spring is at least not just pinks and purples. I think it looks beautiful. I really don't need any of this. And I might not pick it up. It says it's a mix of gold and deep muted tones. I will try to get some swatches from YSL overseas and see if I can really see if this is something that is not as neutral as I think it is and actually has some kind of uniqueness to it. Suku usually does. Their new lipsticks, their thin lipsticks, I will definitely pick up 1 or 2 of those to try them out for you. So you can have a review of the formula. Gucci has a new mascara, which I might try. It's Gucci's Mascara Magnetisme. That was terrible. Volume and curl, creating captivating fan effect. Okay. I mean, sometimes Gucci has decent things. Sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, you got to try things in life. See if you find something new. The Guerlain new release, Peche Mirage. I'm thinking this is like the Tom Ford peach perfume. So I'm interested in trying it. It says it's a bold, leathery peach. Definitely want to try it. I love Guerlain scents. Guerlain's one of my favorites for fragrance. They irritate me from time to time, but you know, at this point, who doesn't? Sorry, I'm a little salty, I'm a little sick, but this is what happens. Saint Laurent, mini clutch. I actually have it on my eyes now, and I did a video. It's very pretty. I think it looks really nice on the eyes, but there's something about the formula about this one. I'm not sure what it is, but I don't like it as much as some of the other ones that I've seen from Saint Laurent. The sneak peek of the Hermes blush. This looks interesting to me because it is now in the shape and the formula of the bronzers and highlighters, not the Hermes blushes that weren't particularly, I didn't particularly like them. They're okay. I like the luminous ones, not the matte ones. So this is of interest to me. You know, I was like, maybe. So I'll try it once it actually comes out. The Dior Forever Hydro Nude Foundation. I will try it. You've all asked me to try it, so I'm going to try it. I have thoughts, and I probably will say them many times, about the reformulations of everything. And can't we just stick to one thing for a while? But I'll try it. Gucci also has a new fragrance, the Vanilla Firenze. This is a floral woody amber. It's right up my alley, right? It says 3 distinct vanilla extracts. I have to try it. But I would just like to say that I was right in my short that I did about the elevated gourmands that were coming, because everything is an elevated gourmand. The peach, the vanilla, I'm just putting it out there. So I'm saying Dolce & Gabbana has 2 new eye products, an eyeliner and a mascara. Definitely trying out the mascara. Not sure about the eyeliner. I don't really need a liquid eyeliner, you know? So mascara I will try. I don't need a mascara either, but you know, again, I'm always interested in trying new things, but yeah, I'll try the mascara. Lisa Eldridge also has new, they're not released well, they'll be released when this goes up. Yeah. They are pinpoint, I forget what the actual name is, but like pinpoint correctors. So concealers / correctors, which I think is really interesting. And it's not something I necessarily thought of in regards to needing, but now that it's being brought up, I'm like, oh, that's a good point. Because like sometimes you just have something on your face, like a little thing that you want to cover up. And so you don't want to use like too much, because then you get the whole area. And a pinpoint concealer for like, you know, a discoloration, a pimple, whatever, it's actually a really brilliant idea. So I will try that when it's released. I like a lot of what Lisa Eldridge does, and then sometimes I love what Lisa Eldridge does. So I think she has a pretty good track record. I'm in favor of trying out her things more often than not. Oh, Tom Ford. So the Tom Ford Rose Exposed, you guys seem to want me to get it, so I will. I've mentioned that Rhiannon can get it for you. You can get it online now as well. So just putting that out there. I can't think of anything else right now that's top of mind that's coming out that I haven't mentioned. I'd say that, you know, it's beginning of January. We're going to see a lot of spring releases, pinks and purples. That's just, you know, the name of the game right now. The brands are going to stick to what they know. But I also wanted to bring up this Walmart Birkin thing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put up some pictures and some maybe news articles. But so Walmart has a bag online, or had a bag online, because technically it's completely sold out now, that was it was called a large capacity Lychee pattern Kelly Platinum bag. And now it's being called the Workin. W for the Walmart Birkin. Yeah, you get it. And basically it looks very much like a Birkin bag. I mean, it's not exactly, but It looks very much like a Birkin bag. And so basically, it's a knockoff of a Birkin bag. And I guess it became super popular. It sold out, became completely viral. Everyone's talking about it. And it's $78. And it has not been marketed or referred to as Birkin, but let's be honest, that's what it is. And, you know, there's a lot of things about, like, questions about this. Now, there's also a more expensive version, which is $102, which I guess, I don't know if that's like a lizard. Lizard. I don't know. I have no idea. Because I have no interest in buying this bag and no interest in even looking at this bag. And it never would have occurred to me to go to Walmart or go on Walmart in the first place to look for this bag. And let me explain why. It's nothing against Walmart. I've shopped at Walmart. I don't really go into Walmart, to be honest with you, because it's just too chaotic for me. There's too many people. I don't do well in like crowds of people. It just, I don't like it. It's just not my thing. So, but I've shopped online at Walmart, and there's nothing wrong with Walmart. There's nothing wrong with Target. There's nothing wrong with wherever you shop. You get the best deal for something. Great. Good for you. But the whole point of buying luxury, at least to me, is because of the quality of the good. I don't care that somebody else is gonna look at it and be like, oh, she has I don't understand. I really don't. Like, I don't get the point. The whole point of having a bag like a Kelly or Birkin is to have something handcrafted, beautifully made, which costs about $1,000 to make. Now they charge quite a bit more to you know, for you to buy it, but it costs around $1,000 to make that bag. So the whole point is that you're getting something unique, special, handcrafted, one of a kind for that particular bag, because even though there's other bags that might have the same colors and the same metal and everything, because they're handmade, like, each one is a slightly different. So it's one of a kind of thing. Like, I don't understand why you'd want a $100 version of the bag, because why? Like, if you like that style of bag, that trapezoid style, then there's lots of bags on the market that are really well made that are much cheaper, a couple $100 if that's what you're doing. Like, I don't really get the point of this Walmart thing, because I'm assuming the reason it's viral and everyone's buying it is because it looks like a Birkin, like it looks like an Hermes. So other people might think you have an Hermes. I really am curious what the point of it is. Like, that's what I would love to know. Like, why buy something that, I'm sorry, but for $100, there's no way this thing is well made. It might be decently made, but it's certainly not made like a Birkin is. And more than likely, the work that went into it, the workers that were used to make this, are problematic, which is why I have a problem with the whole thing in Dior and the fact that they're being sued right now by the Italian government. People deserve a fair wage. They're skilled workers. They should be paid as such. I won't get into that. But the point, so yeah, I'm a little troubled by the whole working thing. Do I think, well, it's ridiculous that Hermes makes it so impossible to buy the bag? I find it annoying, but I also feel like, you know, it's not a right to have a Birkin bag. If you really want it and that's what you want to go buy, you want to go through the effort of doing it, then there's ways to do it. But, you know, I don't have a right to one. It's a brand that makes a profit from creating leather goods and other things. You know, if I can't afford one, then I can't afford one and I won't buy one. I mean, it's just really that simple. I won't buy new Chanel bags because I don't think the quality's there. So I'm not spending that kind of money on something that I don't think is worth it. And I just don't think I would spend $100 on something to just have it look like something else that isn't of quality, where I could spend that $100 on a lot of other things that I need, like, you know, food. I don't know. And again, maybe this is just me in the way that I think about luxury and everything, beauty, fashion, whatever. It's not about the name. The name is supposed to be synonymous with something. So you know that Chanel means this, or Hermes means this, or Chantecaille means this. You know, that's what it's supposed to do. It's not because you want to be able to say, my lipstick is Chanel. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. If it looks good, it looks good. But you as the buyer can say, oh, I know I really like Chanel lipsticks for whatever reason. I've been using them for 40 years and I really like their quality and I like the case and that's what the name is supposed to do. Like, to give you an opposite example, McDonald's. I haven't been to McDonald's in a very long time. I have to admit, when I got sick last week, I'm still sick. For some reason, I really wanted chicken nuggets. I don't know why. I didn't get them. But the point is, if I got sick, that's what I wanted. McDonald's, you know what McDonald's is. The idea of a McDonald's is that anywhere you go, I don't know if this is true, but anymore, but you would know what you were getting because the name is synonymous with a certain thing. That is, on the opposite side, what a Chanel or Dior is supposed to convey, right? That's the idea. It's got a reputation. It has a history. It has a story. It has whatever. And you can be like, I want to be part of that. I trust in that. The idea of just duping something to make it look like the thing that you have the trust in or that you feel like is something you believe in just doesn't compute for me. I understand not being able to afford the thing that you want. That I totally get my whole life. But the way that I've always approached it is maybe someday I could have those things if I save up for those things. And if I can't have them, that's fine. I would rather have, something that I really like in another brand or in another whatever it is. Because I don't want to settle for something that isn't of the quality and of the design and of the beauty that made me attracted to it in the first place. I'd rather just not have anything. Again, that's me. I'd rather have one bag than 10 bags that are okay. Like, I am much more of a buy for quality, buy for long-term. I'm a long-term planner, so that's just how I think. So yeah, I'd be really interested in your thoughts on this working thing. I don't really get it. On the surface level, I get it, but I don't understand why it's like why it's sold out. I'm just like, huh. I get why influencers bought it to show people, but other than that, I don't get it. So yeah, I find that interesting. But again, I think it goes to this, more of the same. We're trying to, at a cheaper price point, maybe replicate the things that stand for luxury. But I think by doing that, you're just diluting what is luxury. And, maybe there's just a backlash of the greed that many of the luxury companies have come to be known by, which I don't disagree. But then why buy the thing that is literally an exact dupe of that? Like an emblem of that. Like I just find the whole thing fascinating. So with that, thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.